funds in domiciliary accounts to Naira. ECOWAS calls on members to guard against illegal mining. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and glad to have you join us on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enijoke. The need for people to constantly clear bushes around their surroundings has been re-emphasized. The Chief of Protocol and Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Chinedu Nwoye, gave the charge shortly after inspecting the level of damage caused by fire disaster at Nofia Community Secondary School, Nofia, Njikoka local government area. Correspondent Ngozo Bileri covered the event and now reports.
Among those that went on the inspection visit to the school were the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mrs. Chiamaka Nnake, the traditional ruler of Nofia, Igwe Daniel Obele, the President General, Nofia Town Union, Mr. Daniel Okoye, and some cabinet members of Nofia Traditionals too. Speaking after the tour of the affected parts of the school, Mr. Nwoye regretted that the cause of the inferno was uncleared bushes around some buildings in the school, and said that if the bushes had been cleared, the bush burning that escalated to the level of fire disaster would not have happened. The Chief of Protocol, who said that without the distress call he put across to the Anambra State Fire Service, the effect of the inferno would have been worse, appealed to the Anambra State government to come to their aid and put the school back to shape, even as he commended a stakeholder in the community, Mr. Donatus Obele, for all he has been doing in the school in terms of renovations, urging all other affluent citizens in the community to emulate him.
To ascertain that the cause of this fire, by my little investigation, is that it's caused by bush burning. So we want to encourage our people to cut bushes around the buildings. If not because of the bushes around the building, this fire wouldn't have gotten to this extent in the building.
Commissioner Nnake, who hails from the community, warned against bush burning, especially in the dry season, as she said it does more harm than good, calling on Ndi Nofia to join hands and return the school to normal standard.
We come to commiserate with you, actually, to say that it is an unfortunate incident, and hopefully we would see what we can do to ensure that the school returns fully and everything is back to normal.
The traditional law of the community, Igwe Obele, extolled the quick response by the Anambra State Fire Service, which he said responded immediately and as such stopped the fire from causing more havoc, and suggested that instead of allowing the land close to the school to be lying fallow, the school should be farming on it and ensure that students cut grasses close to buildings in the school, even as he called for help from Ndi Nofia, both at home and in the diaspora, in renovating the buildings.
We plead with our people to cut the grasses around the building, because if these grasses were cut, there was no way the fire could get to this point. And thank God you have a fence. They can even convert this fallow ground into small farms, instead of allowing the ground to, the grasses to overgrow and cause this type of problem.
The President General of Nofia Town Union, Mr. Okoye, said that even before the fire incident, buildings in the school have been dilapidated and not habitable for human beings, and appealed to the state government to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid for the good of the students. Mrs. Elizabeth Obidebube, the principal of the school, decried the condition of the buildings in the school and said that if nothing is done soonest, a major calamity that may involve life is likely to occur in the school. From Nofia Community Secondary School, Nofia, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Anambra State government has commemorated the 2024 Neglected Tropical Diseases NTD Day. Speaking during a press briefing to mark today in Oka, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, represented by the Director of Public Health in the Ministry, Dr. Afam Aneme, who said that the day is being celebrated annually on the 30th of January, revealed that this year's event marks the 5th celebration of NTD Health. Correspondent Chibuzobi Okoye has the details.
Dr. Obidike, represented by the Director of Public Health in the Ministry, Dr. Afama Aneme, noted that the day was another opportunity for relevant stakeholders to renew their focus in expanding advocacy and sensitization on the debilitating but preventable diseases of poverty, and revealed that Nigeria suffers Africa's largest burden of neglected tropical diseases, as almost all the local government areas in Nigeria have one cases of NTD or another. Commissioner Obidike made it clear that the 2024 theme of the celebration, which is Unite to Act Towards Elimination of NTDs, was a global call for all persons, communities, organizations, and all nations to join hands in the fight against the disease to ensure possible elimination and eradication by the year 2030. Dr. Obidike further said that out of the 4 preventable chemotherapy NTDs under intervention, Anambra, in collaboration with Kata Center, has successfully interrupted the transmission of 2, including river blindness and lymphatic filariasis, through mass drug administration and vector control programs, and appreciated Governor Chuma Soludo for all his support to the ministry.
Anambra State has gained laudable achievements in our concerted efforts to prevent, control, and eliminate NTDs as public problems gearing towards actualizing the 2030 roadmap of WHO.
The program officer, Anambra State for the Kata Center, Mrs. Atama Egono, who said that NTDs are wreaking havoc in the society, added that they have been doing intervention on it since 1995 and called on all hands to be on deck to eradicate it.
The effort of everybody. The partners, yes, we may do the funding, but we cannot do the legwork and everything. It's everybody here in one way or the other that contributed in making sure that Anambra State for today will be clapping and blowing that we have eliminated these 2 diseases. For now, what we have on board is STH and schistosomiasis. So we believe and pray to God that in the near future, we'll also do the same to these 2 diseases.
In a vote of thanks, the Anambra State Nutrition Officer, Mrs. Uzamaka Eriken, thanked those who have contributed in making the event a successful one and revealed that Anambra is doing well in the eradication of NTDs. The State Coordinator of Reproductive Health, Dr. Uju Okoye, the Head Planning, Research and Statistics in the Ministry of Health, Mrs. Edith Nwachuhu, the State Health Educator, Mrs. Uju Onwebisi, among others, attended the event. The exercise also featured presentations of prizes to best community-directed distributors, while road sensitization climaxed the event. In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The call by Governor Chukwuma Soludo on Anambra in the diaspora to bring their investment home has continued to bear more fruit. As an all consultant, Dr. Chris Ayakora has set up a chemical manufacturing company, Oxbow Concepts and Resources Limited, in Abagana, Njikoka Council area of Anambra State. Chief Ayakora led the member representing Njikoka 2 State Constituency in Anambra State House of Assembly, Dr. Jude Abwa, the Transition Committee Chairman in Njikoka Council area, Chief Clem Aguiyi, the traditional ruler of Abagana, Igwemba Malo Keke, and members of his cabinet on a facility tour of the factory. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the details.
Others who joined in the facility tour were community leaders and stakeholders from communities that make up Umu Owele, that is Sabagana, Aba, Ezowele, and Nimu, and Ndi Umudunu Okwenku in Abagana. Igwe Okeke, while breaking the kola nut, commended Dr. Anyakora for citing the factory in the community, expressing optimism that it will brighten the future of the youths of the community. On his part, the state lawmaker, Dr. Abwa, commended Dr. Anyakora for heeding Governor Soludo's call and said that the company will not only impact its locality positively, but the whole of Anambra State in general. Of
course, I want to assure you that even we met by the grace of God, okay, I will raise a letter of commendation plenary, the House of Assembly. Just to thank you, now for no more wallet, now for Njikoka Constituency 2, Because if I'm about now, because nobody is
The Transition Committee Chairman, Njikoka Council Area, Chief Aguiyi, commended Igwe Okeke for seeing to the resolution of the conflicts between Ndiabagana and Ezowele, which he said that the peace restored to the area made the siting of the company possible.
It's in line with the government policy to bring back home your industry, your business to Anambra State. And there's a lot of value chain, apart from the creation of jobs and other adjuncts. My biggest happiness is that the raw materials, the local content in the raw materials that will produce these chemicals are already in Anambra State and also already in Abagana and in Njikoka.
While introducing the company, founder of the company, Chief Dr. Anyakora, said that upon completion, the company will employ about 1,000 youths, which is expected to impact on the economic value chain of the area.
I want to give hope to the young ones. I want to give hope to all the Igbos that east or west, home is the best. We have to come home. It's not easy, but the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Just made a discovery of oil mineral here. We've analyzed it. It looks good, and we took it to London. Once we get confirmation test, the industry is good as started. We have the raw material here. That's what we are. So that's what we are doing.
In the separate speeches, the President General of Abagana Welfare Union, Chief Ben Okongu, the President General of United People of Abagana in Diaspora, Chief Ogochukwu Orekie, and the Chairman Umu Owele, Chief Reward Ugoji, clamored for support from everyone, stating that the company will boost the economy of the area and help to reduce crime in the society. Also speaking, the Councillor of Abagana Ward 4, Mr. Ikechukwu Okunwa, pledged that the area will be protected from hoodlums and urged the youths of the community and its environs to see the project as their own. From Abagana, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Nigeria's central bank has said there was no plan to convert the funds in domiciliary accounts to Naira. Media reports had claimed that the bank planned to convert about $30 billion in the accounts to Naira to halt the Nigerian currency's free fall. However, CBN stated on its X handle that such news is fake. The CBN in recent weeks has introduced policies to strengthen Nigerians' Naira to a dollar and other foreign exchange. Members of the ECOWAS Parliament have been asked to strengthen laws and policies guiding mining in the West African region to curb the activities of illegal miners. President Julius Maada Bio of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who made a call at the 2024 First Parliamentary Seminar holding at the Freetown International Conference Center, declared the three-day seminar open. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Princess Ekwia has the details.
The seminar, which marks the end of the tenure of Speaker Sidi Tunis, brought together parliamentarians, government officials, experts, and civil society organizations to discuss the challenges and opportunities of the mining sector in West Africa. Illegal mining is a major problem in many parts of West Africa. In Nigeria, nearly 80% of mining in northwest of the country is being carried out illegally, which has increased conflict in the region since 2014. President Maada Bio dwelt on the economic potential of the mining industry in the sub-region and how much illegal mining and trafficking of natural resources has impacted the region, and urged members of the parliament to work in tandem with other sectors to realize the potential of the sector.
These extractive resources account for a significant portion of Africa's proven assets. Mining and other extractive industries have the potential to transform our economies.
Of the economic challenges.
A representative of the President of Gambia, Abdoulaye Diop, who lent his voice to the adverse effect of illegal mining in the region, noted that the activities of illegal miners have fueled insecurity in areas rich with natural resources.
This resilience demonstrates our unyielding resolve to pursue a durable path to multi-party democracy and mutual understanding of our internal political differences.
Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Dr. Sidi Tunis, in his welcome speech, noted that the threat of illegal mining in the ECOWAS region has far-reaching implications on the security, socioeconomic and environmental fabrics of the region. He said despite the potential of the mining sector to positively impact the lives of community citizens, the complex interplay of security, social-economic dividends, environmental impact on the soil and waters have emerged as pressing concerns that demand immediate investigation and need for sustainable solutions.
We humbly acknowledge these challenges and other unfinished businesses that will be passed on to the next legislature. Paramount amongst which are the sad reality of having 4 member states' legislations suspended, the inability to have members of the ECOWAS Parliament elected by direct universal suffrage.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
Cesc Fabregas has warned his former club, Arsenal, ahead of Sunday's top-of-the-table clash against Liverpool. The Gunners will have the opportunity to make up ground in the race of the top spot and also go into second place ahead of Manchester City should they defeat the Reds at the Emirates. But if Jurgen Klopp's men win, they would move 8 points clear of Arsenal. Fabregas told reporters that it would be a big opportunity for them to close the gap. The remains of Chief Augustine Onyebuchi Nzekwe of Umonaga Village, Oka South local government area, has been committed to Mother Earth. The burial ceremony, which kicked off with a church service at his compound, attracted people from all walks of life, in-laws, friends, and well-wishers, among others. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
Before the church service, the remains of the late Nzekwe, popularly known as Efedulokolo, was taken to the palace of the traditional ruler of Oka, Obi Gibson Wosu, for cabinet members to bid him farewell as one of their members before his demise, where Obi Wosu, represented by the traditional prime minister of Oka, Engineer Benjamin Okoye, described the bereaved as an illustrious son of the community and prayed God to grant his soul an eternal rest. During the church service held at his compound, which was led by the Archdeacon in the Cathedral Church of St. Faith, Oka, Venerable Samuel Okonkwo, among other clergies, the preacher, Venerable Dr. Michael Olorundare of All Saints Anglican Church, First Town, Diocese of Lagos West, who spoke on the topic, "Let not your heart be troubled," said that death is an inevitable end for every mortal. Dr. Olorundare, who described the late Nzekwe as a man who lived his life in the service of God and humanity, urged people to always live their lives as if there is no tomorrow, and always do the things that will please God in order to inherit the kingdom of God at the last day.
The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Death is inevitable. It is a debt that every one of us, one day, whether we like it or not, we will surely pay.
The immediate younger brother to the deceased, Chief Jonathan Nzekwe, who was emotionally laden, said that his late elder brother was a humble and selfless man while on earth, and regretted that his brother left at a time he was needed most, and asked God to accept his soul.
I wish man needed to look at this man. To him brother. I am brought to him. He's a good man.
In their separate remarks, Mr. Kana Yobidibu and Mrs. Uchenwakeze all eulogized the late Nzekwe for living life of emulation while on earth, saying that his death was one too many to his family and the entire Oka community. The late Augustine Onyebuchi Nzekwe, who lived most of his life in Turkey before returning to Nigeria a few years ago, was survived by his wife, Ogechukwu, and died at the age of 62. Some of the dignitaries that attended the burial ceremony were Ozo Obi Ochije Modelemo of Oka, Mr. Abuchi Nwozo, who is the Assistant Governor, Rotary International District 9142, among others, while condolence visits climaxed the burial ceremony. In Oka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, okay? On X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points before we go. Anambra State government has cautioned residents on burning of uncleared bushes. State government has marked Neglected Tropical Diseases Day in Oka. Central Bank of Nigeria has debunked rumors of converting funds in domiciliary accounts to Naira. ECOWAS has called on members to guard against illegal mining. And before we go, the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujake. Gachifo.